Hey guys, welcome back to Harbour Unboxed for another episode of Unboxing Boxes, where I unbox things from boxes. Not a lot of mystery as to what's in this box to my right, or this box to my left. Clearly an AOC monitor and a cooler MasterCase, so the fun's a bit spoilt there, but anyway, it'll be fun to unbox those products and have a look at the product itself. These three boxes here, no idea what's in them, so a bit of excitement there. I don't think it's going to be a pair of 1080 Ti graphics cards like it was on last week's episode, or a pair of RX 580s, so kind of set the standard a bit high on that last episode. I probably should have spread them out, but anyway, didn't know what was in them, didn't know we were going to get a heap of graphics cards and a couple of cool Aorus motherboards with that Ryzen 5 processor. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to pull anything off like that again, but we'll see what we have. Alright, let's start with the bigger of the three. See what we have in here. It's a very heavy box, this one. So, no idea what we have. Wow, we have some level 100 Tetris Masters working for Cooler Master. That's an impressively packed box there. They definitely could not have got much more in there. This stuff is for a Cooler Master Ryzen 5 build that I will be doing. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and Cooler Master have been getting the bits to me. As you can see, they've done it, so we've got the case over there, which we'll look at shortly. But in here, it looks like we've got some fans, power supply, a liquid cooler, and some thermal paste. That's not necessarily for the build. I was just low on thermal paste, so I was like, hey, give me some thermal paste. And they did. Alright, thermal paste unboxed. We'll take the biggest item out. Probably one of the heaviest. Okay, so what we have here is Cooler Master's MasterLiquid Pro 280. I knew that. You ready? Okay. Dangerous. Do not eat. Noted. Okay, so here we have it, the MasterLiquid Pro 280. As you can see, it's a very big radiator designed to take a pair of 140mm fans, which we have here, and the fans themselves are very impressive. I'll get to them in a moment. The radiator is very interesting design. It's a square fin design, so rather than have sort of the V-groove fins, we have square fins on this radiator. It looks very neat, very cool, very different. I'll do some close-up B-roll so you guys can have a look at what I'm talking about. Before we get to the radiator, actually something that's really impressive are these tubes. They're extremely flexible. So if you had the radiator, say, mounted in the top of your case like that, this flexes around really easily to go onto your... Actually, I'm showing this the wrong way around. Yeah, so as I was saying, top of the case, and then you can see how easily those pipes just flex, so you can sort of have it, you know, if the CPU, the socket was there or there, it sort of goes around really easily, and these swivel as well, the arms here, so they swivel quite easily. So yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to get that pretty much anywhere. It's a massive pump assembly here. Looks very cool. I believe inside here we have I think it's FEP tubing. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember what it stands for. Anyway, it is, I believe, a ribbed type of tubing, so that's why it flexes so well and doesn't collapse in on itself. So that's very cool. The ribbed tubing, though, is a bit ugly. It doesn't look particularly good, especially for the guys that, you know, do all the custom builds. So they've put the sleeving over it, which you can feel the ribbed tube under. It looks a lot nicer. I think the 240mm version of this didn't have the sleeving, so if you have a look online you'll see the difference, or what the tubing looks like without the sleeving on. But anyway, I think that looks very neat and tidy, and they've just got like the heat shrink at either end to finish it off, which looks fine. Anyway, don't have much more to say about that. Right, so we have this very industrial looking radiator, square radiator. Looks extremely heavy duty and well reinforced. It looks like it's baffled, so down the middle, it's basically split down the middle. So the hot water would come in this tube here. That would be all sort of warmer water, cooling as it comes down this side. So to go up however many runs there are, say 10 of those flat tubes that go up there, comes up the top here, and then comes down there, hopefully a lot cooler. Then goes in this pipe again, cools the CPU down, and yeah, repeat all over again. So that's how that works. It's the technical description of how it works anyway. So I just did a quick bit of research, and the FEP tubing lasts longer than rubber apparently, and it has less absorption. So it's also a bit more durable, and that's why they've used it. And like I said, the ribbed design also means it flexes well, so that's very cool. And you can get some seriously tight bends out of that without it kinking. It's quite incredible, really. No, I'm not even trying there. And then it bends back quite well. Banging that around a bit. So yeah, apart from that industrial, really thick, strong-looking design, as I said, it's got square fins rather than the sort of V-grooved, I suppose you would call them. And I think, I don't really know, but I think the advantage of those is you have more contact points, more contact surface area on the flat tubes. So it will dissipate heat more efficiently from the tubes into the fins, and the fans will blow air through them, cools it all down. It works better, I'm sure. And then yeah, down at the, I suppose, the business end of it, so you've got a nice copper base there. It's got a machined out square here, which would go on your CPU. It looks like it'll support pretty much every CPU out there, I'd say. You've got all the LGA 2011 stuff, all the AM4 stuff, the mainstream Intels, so plenty of support. And yeah, so it's an interesting design, this pump. So you can see you've got a clear cover showing off sort of the pump housing, the mouldings and whatnot. And it's split into two chambers. So the bottom chamber, you've obviously got the fins that would be on the other side of the base, the copper fins in there. And the water actually comes in the top here. And the idea is to separate the cool water from the radiator from the hot water. Helps the pump last longer. Anyway, the cool water goes in the top. The pump obviously is doing its thing by sucking it in and then pumping it out. It goes through this external tube here into the base, floods through there, cools down the fins in there, and comes out here. And obviously that's just a continuous cycle. But yeah, quite interesting. Looks pretty cool anyway. Normally the blocks and pumps are sort of only half that height, if that. So it's a very tall unit, but I mean, compared to a normal cooler, it's still very small. Just knocked everything over. Compared to the Wraith Spire, for example, you can see that the Wraith Spire is still a much taller cooler, and this is hardly tall by aftermarket standards. The tower coolers and stuff are a lot taller than that. Anyway, impressive looking unit. And these fans are really cool. They're obviously 140mm fans. They're translucent, semi-transparent, and they have, that's pretty cool. It's like a fan controller switch in the back, so if you don't want to control them off your motherboard, it looks like you can control the fan speed here. Not 100% sure on that, I'll have to look it up, but it looks like it's a fan speed controller. And then these basically the mounting points in each corner. They're really cool. You'll see a lot of fans like the Noctua fans and that, they have the rubber sort of washers, if you will, around, like sort of like what you see on the top here, to stop vibration and stuff like that. But these entire arms, the entire mounts, are made of a really nice rubber, soft rubber, and they're bolted to the fan through those screws there, so there'll be mounting points in there. But yeah, they look really cool, and you're not going to get any vibration through those. Huge rubber mounts, really impressive. Again, I'll hopefully have thrown up some B-roll of these so you guys can get a good look at them. Yeah, very impressive looking fans. Alright, spent enough time on that. While we're looking at fans, we might as well take a look at these. I ordered 4 of these in total. And these are the MasterFan Pro 120s. Seems like at Cooler Master, the guys in the marketing department have got a bit lazy, and they're like, we'll just throw Master in front of whatever the product is and then just chuck Pro on the end. That works pretty well. It's a fan, so we'll just call it a MasterFan Pro. MasterLiquid Pro we just looked at. Some MasterGel, no Pro on the end, so you can assume there's a better version of this coming. That'll be the MasterGel Pro. And then our yeah, that doesn't matter. That's not it. But yeah, anyway, MasterFan Pro 120s Air Balance RGB. In case you didn't get that, it is the Cooler Master MasterFan Pro 120 Air Balance RGB. So a short, easy to remember, catchy name there. Now let's see how the fans are. So these are obviously 120mm fans, as it says on the box. There you go, there's one box, another box. You can have another box. So 120mm fans, they have the same rubber mounts that we saw, or similar rubber mounts that we just saw on the 140mm fans. So again, they're really nice. And then on the back here, it's interesting, this isn't a fan speed controller. We've got a little switch on the back, and it allows you to set the lights in the fan to either red, blue, or RGB mode. So again, I'll get some B-roll of that, get them all lit up. They should look pretty cool. And this is obviously a fully transparent blade design. And so the LED lights will be no doubt embedded in the center there. Hopefully they spread out like those fins up and look pretty cool. But I've got 4 of those for my build. I think these are worth about... So I just did a quick bit of research. These are $20 US or $25 Australian. So that's pretty reasonable. But they don't come with a controller like we sort of see off the Thermaltake Ring Plus fans. Instead, these just have an RGB plug there, which you could plug into existing RGB controllers or the headers on your Asus ASRock Gigabyte MSI boards that support their new RGB sort of stuff. So, you know, like the aura lighting and all that kind of stuff. And then you've obviously got a 4-pin fan header as well. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, if you just want to set them to red or blue, I believe that will be powered off just the fan header. And if you have it in RGB, they might just cycle some sort of default RGB profile off just the fan header. But I'll check that in a moment because you're not 100% sure. Anyway, cool looking fan and not stupidly priced for an RGB fan. That seems $20 US seems pretty reasonable. And then yeah, the MasterGel, just got that because as you guys know, I've been doing so much Ryzen testing, swapping processors in and out, and I had a whole stack of thermal paste because you obviously scrape it all off, clean the CPU and the CPU block, the CPU cooler, clean everything up, fully reapply and reinstall. And every time I change a CPU for whatever reason, I do that whole process all over again to make sure that it's all running as it should be. So you go through a hell of a lot of thermal paste and baby wipes. So I got Thermaltake to cover me on the thermal paste end. So we've got the MasterGel low viscosity thermal compound with easy application. So that should be cool. I'll chew through that pretty quickly. I might have to get some more of them. And they've got some grease cleanser. So something to use to clean up the grease afterwards. So that could be interesting to check out. But yeah, this is reasonably affordable. I think it's $4 US or $6 Aussie. So pretty good for what's supposed to be premium thermal paste. But I'll check it out, let you guys know how it goes. Alright, I'll give it a rest for the Cooler Master stuff for a minute. Let's have a look at this box here. See what we have. Okay, well we do have something pretty cool here. It is a graphics card and it is an RX 570. I've been trying to get my hands on one of these. Just checked out the 580 as you guys know. Benchmarked the hell out of that. So yeah, happy to have a 570 Aorus brand card. That's very cool. Let's check it out, shall we? A very cool Aorus badge. For those of you that didn't see it in the last episode, we got this here, which I used for that big RX 580, I've almost forgotten the name, RX 580 versus GTX 1060 9 gigabits per second. So yeah, I used this card for that comparison. And yeah, for a mid-range graphics card, this thing was really cool. It actually ran really cool. It looks really cool. And it was a bit pricey for a 580, hoping the price comes down a little bit. It was about $280 US, and the MSRP is $230 US, so yeah, bit exy there. And here is its baby brother. So it's got more of a traditional looking Windforce cooler, but it has the Aorus logos and things on there to give it a bit of a touch, and then you've got that really nice Aorus backplate with the cute little copper insert. So that's actually very similar. Pretty much the same as what you find there. I think that's the exact same back plate actually. So that's cool. I'll take all this stuff off. Looks like a pretty decent cooler. Looks like we've got 4 6mm copper heat pipes, 8-pin PCI Express power input. So that's cool. And then you've got your standard 3 display ports, HDMI and dual link DVI. That's very cool. Plastic fan shroud, the same as this model here, just a bit smaller. Still got 2 fans. So I believe the Gigabyte RX 570 Gaming 4G, which is the only other RX 570 the Gigabyte Aorus branding offers at the moment. So the Gigabyte version is 180 US or 290 Aussie, and it's pretty much out of stock everywhere, and it's currently available for pre-order in Australia, so technically out of stock here as well. And the Aorus brand card is around $10 to $20 more expensive in either the US or Australia. So slight premium for this card. It does look a bit better. It's got a nicer looking cooler. I'm not actually sure how much better the cooler is. I know you don't get the copper insert on the back plate on the Gigabyte card. The cooler looks a little bit lighter, or not quite as beefy, but I'm not sure if that's actually true. And this model here is clocked just 3% higher out of the box, so a slightly higher factory overclock, but nothing to get too excited about. But yeah, just overall a better looking card, but whether it's worth the extra $10 or $20, I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll find out and get back to you guys. But anyway, in any case, a really cool RX 570 graphics card. That won't stand on its end, maybe this way. There you go, I can get some B-roll shots like that. Okay, before I finish off the Cooler Master stuff, we'll have a quick look what's in here. I think I know what this is all about, this box. I think I have an idea. There's some fun little goodies in here. Yes. Okay, so, haven't told you guys about this yet. You'll actually find out about it probably tomorrow. Where is it? Hang on. Oh. Okay, so recently Tim reviewed the AOC Agon AG251FZ. Love monitor names. I'm glad Tim takes care of all that. And it is a $550 US or $600 Australian 240Hz competitive gaming monitor. It's a 25-inch display. It is a TN panel, but it's 240Hz, so you know, there's no way around that. And it's, I believe, the most affordable 240Hz display on the market right now. It supports FreeSync, not G-Sync. So anyway, as you know, Tim has reviewed this, or you should know now because I just said it. Tim's reviewed this monitor already about a week ago on the channel. Found it to be quite good value for what it offers. And now I have one. Why do I have one? Well, I'm giving one away. AOC said they would like to do a giveaway with my channel and Brian from Tech City. And we said, well, give us each a monitor and we'll give it away. So that's what they've done. So one's been sent to Brian. This one's been sent to me. And we're going to do it's going to be a global giveaway. All you guys have to do is be subscribed. Hopefully you already are, and you're in the running to win one. So it's that simple. But yeah, we'll announce the giveaway tomorrow, I'd say, on the channel. So all the details will be there. There'll be another Gleam IO deal. So you just go there, hit the subscribe button, and you're in. And yeah, so there'll be 2 of those given away. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, I'd like to do a lot more giveaways on the channel, so I'm trying to organise those. I want to do another full system build soon and give that away, because that was really cool. If you haven't seen who won that, I've put the links to the announcement video by Thermaltake on the videos for that Ryzen 7 giveaway PC. So a guy in the US won, so that's on the way to him. Hopefully when he gets it, he takes some photos or something for us so I can show you guys. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyway, for this giveaway, they have included a few extras. So you've got a smart AOC polo shirt, which you can wear when you're gaming, no doubt. We've got an AOC bag, which you can throw things in. We have some AOC pens. So there you go, some pens. Yep, they're right. So that's cool. 3 of them. And we have, mind you, these aren't the ones that are going to the contestants. I'm not throwing around the prizes. There'll be a separate package from AOC sent out. So this is actually all for me to keep to show you guys, and then they're paying to send out the global ones. So yeah, it's not me throwing around the prizes from whoever's going to win. We also have a really cool Gigabyte XM300 mouse, so hopefully that can keep up with your 240Hz display. But yeah, really cool gaming mouse. It's got a polling rate of 1000 Hz, so there you go. 4-stage DPI switcher. It's got Omron switches. You can do on-the-fly DPI switching. It's RGB, of course. That can be controlled in the Extreme Engine software. So yeah, very smart mouse there. 6400 DPI, so that'll be more than you need, I'd say, even with this monitor. A couple of pens. And then a cool little addition that they've thrown in is this Overwatch pop figurine. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Widowmaker. So it looks like there's at least 6 in the Overwatch set. So you can get Winston, Soldier 76, and Reaper, and a few others, Tracer. So that's really cool. Have a bit of a look at that, actually. So there you go. If you win the monitor, you can sit that under there. Doesn't want to stand up on the monitor box, so it's down on my desk. Okay, bad news, guys. The figurine doesn't stand up at all. There we go. Here we go. Did it. A little bit of bending required. Possibly want to blue tack that down. Overwatch pop figurine. Very cool. Just spoke to my AOC contact. They said they would double my fee if I try on the polo shirt. So here we are. Just kidding, that didn't happen. Alright. Okay. We might have to clear off. Actually, we'll look at the power supply, then the last 2 items, and then that's a wrap. Ugh. Anyway, I haven't actually said this is the Cooler Master V650 power supply. So it is their premium gold rated power supply. It says new upgrade in the corner. Must be a new upgraded version. I don't know, but it has 100% Japanese capacitors, a 5-year warranty, a Silencio fan, and a gold 80+ rated certification. So we've got the black rubberized cables, which look fine. They're quite neat and tidy. They're obviously not sleeved, but yeah, for the price you pay for this unit, they're very good cables. So the power supply is $85 US, which is really cheap for a quality 650 watt unit, or 120 Aussie, which is again very cheap in Australia. And the thing I love about these units is they're really, really smart looking. I love this sort of embedded aluminium or brushed aluminium sort of grey highlight there around the fan, and you've got the honeycomb fan shroud. That also looks really good with that 120mm fan. It's a very compact unit as well. 650 watts, although it doesn't sound like a lot, it's actually a hell of a lot of power. You can run, these days you can run a lot, like you can run Ryzen 7 1800X overclocked to 4.1 gigahertz, no worries, with a Titan XP if you want, GTX 1080 Ti, or no doubt the upcoming Vega GPUs. They'll run off this no problem, everything overclocked, you have a heap of fans, liquid cooling pump, the whole lot. So 650 watts on a gold rated power supply is a heap of power, and there's very, very few users or systems that would require any more than that. So as you can see, fully modular power supply, motherboard connectors there and there. We have 4 connectors for basically your 4-pin Molex connectors and your SATA power connectors. So they're 5-pin headers. Then we have 4 8-pin PCI Express power connectors for GPUs, whatever else might use them. And then, yeah, that's the other motherboard connector there. So fully modular. These things connect in there. You got a power cord, and then the motherboard cables are there. So that's very cool. Some details. So you have, what is it, a 54 amp 12 volt rail providing 648 watts. So you're going to be able to hang quite a few GPUs off that. And yeah, so then you kind of like a nice design on the side there to show off, same on the other side. That'll obviously be the rear side, so you just got your power switch. It auto switches between 110 volts to 220 volts, so that's good, you can't blow it up. Yeah, smart little unit. So that will be going in my Ryzen 5 1600X build with all the rest of the Cooler Master gear. Okay, so as I said before, Tim has reviewed this. You guys have seen old Tim's glorious B-roll of it. But I'll take it out of the package and we'll see what it looks like when you get it, so we can experience what the winner will feel like when they get theirs. So it looks like we've got a USB 3 cable there for a hub, power brick, manual with a few audio cables, a remote for senior citizens, as Tim put it, 3-pin power cable, wall mount kit, display cable, just dropped that on my foot. Could have been worse. Could have dropped that on my foot. There you go. 25-inch 240Hz monitor. Looks very cool on the back. Let's put it together. So yeah, not much I can really say that Tim hasn't already in his review, but I will be featuring this in a few upcoming videos shot here in the studio, playing some games and stuff. I actually really want to test out 240Hz gaming for myself, because I haven't done that yet. I've obviously done a fair bit of 144Hz, but I want to see what the difference is like in games like Overwatch going to 240Hz. So that should be pretty interesting. Throw a GTX 1080 Ti in there and see how I go. That would be cool to take advantage of the FreeSync, so I might have to try a Crossfire RX 580s or something like that and see what the difference is like there. But anyway, that's something to play with very soon. Now, last but certainly not least is that Cooler Master MasterCase, no Pro in there, Maker 5T. So we'll check that out now. Again, that will be being featured, or will be featured in a build shortly on the channel. But we'll unbox the case and have a look. Is that, can you still see me? Is that better? Maybe there. I get the feeling this is a reasonably large case. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Oh, damn. Oh crap. Alright, here we go. What have I broken? You know your case is a bit extreme when it comes with a bit of polystyrene foam like that. Look at that. It's almost a shame to throw that out. But we will. So along with the case, in the top you get this nice little tin here. Very impressive looking tin. Wow. It's like a little toolbox. Keys. Okay, that's impressive. Cable ties. A thing. More things. Probably their cable management things. More things. No, it's alright, didn't scratch it, we're fine. And another thing. So, many things here. Wow, it's even got a foam cushion on the... Look at that. Foam cushion on the bottom. That's a premium tin right there. I suppose when you're paying $210 US or almost $300 Australian for a case, probably warrants a fancy tin. Alright. Actually, before I lose all this stuff, I'll put it back in the tin. Alright, let's have a look at this beast. It's got so many things, every time I grab it, I pull something off. So this has tempered glass panels. They look like they're about 4mm thick on the front and back, or left and right side. Anyway, door panels are tempered glass, as you can see here. And they both have, there's nothing on the back or anything like that to remove them. So it looks like once you turn the key, it just pops off. Let's find out. You guys that have one of these or have seen one or probably watched a review will be like, Steve, it's so easy to get the door off. But I do not want to read the manual. Okay, the trick is just to pull it. Genius. Uh-oh. Whew. The struggle was real. Alright, one glass panel removed. Wow, some graphics card holders. They look pretty impressive. So we have a lot of stuff in here. We have a giant bag of Do Not Eat. It's probably one of the biggest bags I've ever seen. That red internal paintwork looks phenomenal. I kind of wanted to do a black and orange build because the Ryzen boxes, well, they're grey and orange, but I thought black and orange would be pretty cool since that sort of oranges the Ryzen colour more so than the AMD red. So I might respray that stuff orange, but it looks so good in red as well. I don't know, tell me in the comments, should I take all the red stuff out of the case for the build and spray paint it orange and set all these fans in the build to orange? Or should I just stick with the red? The lazy and possibly still awesome looking option would be to leave it all red. But I kind of want to see a black-orange build because black-red builds have sort of been done to death. Okay, so that's a really cool, assume it's LED light strip. Nice magnetic base, that moves around really easily. Looks very cool. You could put that up the top, I suppose, or pretty much anywhere where there's a metal surface. So you can see through the huge cutout in the motherboard here, we got the glass panel behind that. So the case comes with a pair of what look like 140mm fans installed in the front and one in the back. I love the rubberized handle on top, that's cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it from the front. So that's the front of the case. And then this comes away. This has got really nice sound deadening foam in the front of it to help stop any noise from the fans escaping. Then we've got a nice sort of more traditional looking front grille. Trying not to drop this thing off the desk. So it was kind of the cooler master show this time, but it was good to unbox all this stuff, and I'm very keen to make that Ryzen 5 system, which could end up being a bit custom if I decide to paint it and do all that sort of stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, plenty of cool stuff. We've got fans, cooler, graphics cards, mouse, monitor, pop figure that won't stand up. What else? Power supply. Really cool tin. I love that tin. That'll be repurposed for something. But yeah, good fun unboxing. No 1080 Ti's or anything crazy like that, but a nice spread of different hardware, even though a lot of it was Cooler Master. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned because, like I said, tomorrow we have that AOC giveaway. Then I think there's a cool review from Tim coming up. Then I'll be comparing the Ryzen 5 1400 to the Ryzen 5 1600 in applications and games, because when I did that 1400 versus 1500X video, it became apparent that it would be cool to compare them clock for clock and out of the box to the 6-core Ryzen 5 1600 as well. So I will be doing that, 1400 versus 1600. And then the week after, I might follow up by adding the 1700 as well. So you'll get the 14, 16, and 17 all tested out of the box and clock for clock in games and applications. So that should be pretty cool. I'm still working on that. Is the Radeon R9 390 still worth buying? I'm testing a heap of games for that, but I'm more than halfway now, so that should be in the next week or so. And I'm also going to start another segment where I look back at older graphics cards and see how they play games today, both demanding ones and not so demanding games, or demanding ones. So that should be pretty cool as well. I think that covers everything. So that's it for this episode of Unboxing Boxes. I'm your host, Steve. I'll see you again soon, guys.